What is going on? It's your girl C-Positivista. Welcome back to another video. This video is like, the reason why this video is very much close and personal is because this kind of like new season of my life is kind of like close and personal in a way that I kind of want to bring you guys in terms of my self-healing journey and what that's looked like and how that's pretty much taken place, right? So we're going to talk about a lot of like self-healing journey. I've got like I've got another series that's already out at the moment. Those videos are being uploaded already, and the series is called Take a Seat, Let's Talk. So a lot of that, it's more towards like self-development, and I'm going to give you guys all the tips. I've been giving you guys all the tips and just giving you guys the game, man, you know what I've been doing and all of that stuff. So in this video, I just want to talk about, when they tell you, when people say things like be yourself, and what that means and what that's meant for me, and you know how I've pretty much just gotten to this point of being myself. So what I want to say about this whole be yourself statement is that in order for you to be yourself, you need to know yourself. You need to get to know yourself. How can you be something that you don't know? How can you be something? And I know that people might say like, well, you know, you just be in it. But how? Like, you know, we go to school to learn certain things. Like your parents will teach you manners, and you know, your carers and whatever, like the people around you. You may learn things from your environment. You may be a product of your environment, even by observing and just taking on, or other people rubbing off on you and just things like that, you just picking up, right? But I'm talking about you being your authentic self, in a sense where you knowing who you are and walking in that way, like walking in the way that you know you're supposed to walk, and being the person that you're supposed to be. So one of the things, I've got my notes here on my phone, so I'm just gonna go for the first one. So before I get started, I just wanted to say this. They say you don't know where you're going until you know where you have been. So with that in mind, is that in order for you to know who you're about to be in the future, or who you currently are now, it's important for you to understand the past version of yourself. Start from childhood. Really dig in. Like, if you want to get to know yourself, start from your childhood. Start from the very early stages. If your parents are around, then have a conversation with your parents. Ask them about, you know, how you were when you were younger. Like, if you don't remember certain things, ask them the questions. Ask them the type of person, the type of child you were, the type of character you had when you were a child, the dreams that you had, ambitions that you had, if you shared any of that with them, you know, if you wanted to be a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. When you're asking these questions, take notes. Take notes. Look through any childhood pictures, you know, really study the person you used to be. Did you used to wear a lot of a certain particular color? What activities did you love to do when you were younger? What was fun for you? What was your definition of fun when you were younger? So once you gather all of that information, and also ask who you were around. Ask who you were around. Ask, you know, ask who you stayed with. Ask if you had any babysitters. And well, once you get all of that information, sit with yourself and sit with that information for a minute, and really try to analyze how much of that information still relates to the person you are today. So in terms of your favorite color, what your favorite color was when you were younger, is it still the same? Your activities that you used to love when you were younger, is that still the same? is that still the same definition of fun? Or did you get derailed by friends and started doing activities with your friends, and that's now your new version of fun? Personally, for me, I realized, during my journey, I realized that there was this desire for me to find what fun meant for myself, to redefine what fun meant for myself. I found myself trying different things, trying different activities, and I finally found what it is that I like to do, and I started to do more of them. And when I started to do more of them, I realized that I was a lot happier. I was a lot happier when I started to do more of those activities. Another thing as well that I, I believe that is very, very key, it's very, very important for you to do while you're digging into the past. And something about digging into the past can bring about memories, can bring about trauma, and that's exactly the point. For you to go into the past, for you to figure out what were some of the things that were done to you, what was the types of discipline your parents or your guardians used. Did your parents give you silent treatment? Were you beaten? Were you called names? Once you know that information, you would understand why you are the way you are a little bit more. You will understand your attachment styles, why you attach to others in that way. Are you an avoidant? Are you an anxiously attached individual? You will understand that. And once you get that information, go do your own research. Go on Google. Google will teach you some stuff. Go to the library, understand some stuff. Understand, speak to your parents, ask them if you had any difficulties with learning when you were in school. You might want to go and take certain tests. Do you have any learning disabilities? There are so many people out there who just go undiagnosed. And it's like, it's not the fact that you're dumb or you're stupid. It's just the fact that you had a learning disability and you just went undiagnosed. And there's a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people have been diagnosed as an adult. So those are some of the actions that you can take. Once you have the information, you're able to now take action. And when you're taking the actions, let me just see if I've forgotten anything in regards to the past. You can now start to take the action you can now start to take the action to say, you might say, okay, this makes a little bit more sense as to why I move the way that I move, as to why I allow people to take me for a mug, as to why I stick around even when people disrespect me, even when people treat me a certain way, because maybe when you were younger, you didn't receive the love in the way that you were supposed to. Your caregivers did not love you in the way that you were supposed to. One of the books that really helped me when I was on this journey was what's the book even called? I'm gonna put the book here. I forgot the title of the book, but that book, Calling in the One. Yes. So the book is Calling in the One, and I'm gonna put the book right here. So this book here really, really helped me throughout my journey, and just healing my childhood wounds. That book, that it took me so long. It's supposed to be like a 6 weeks program, the book, but when I tell you it took me so long to get through that book, it took me months to get through that book, because that book triggered certain parts of me, because the book asks a lot of questions. It asks you questions, and you can kind of like take your time answering those questions. Like, some questions took me a week to answer, because I didn't want to go into I didn't want to go into that place of pain anymore. I didn't want to tap into that place where it hurt anymore. But trust me, once I did and I answered those questions for myself, I felt a lot better and I was able to move on to the next stage of the book/program. So that's one of the things that you can do in order for you to get to know the old version of yourself, in order for you to get to know the person you used to be. In the next video, I'm going to share with you guys how you can get to know your current self, how you can get to know the person that you are now. So click the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying this type of content, and yeah, for more content like this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.